That's why we have to be...
Kerry Hornhouse is not going to be with us. He is on vacation and out of contact. And so last week we started wondering, well, what are we going to do to fill Harry's slot? Well, unfortunately, the news became a means to our end. Hollywood from a different sort of view. And, you know, you've been hearing for the past couple of days with this Princess Diana thing about paparazzi. And we have a local fellow, John Smith, real name, who's been on Coffee With. We decided to go to our resources and bring in a quote-unquote member of the paparazzi. John, come on in. How are you? Good seeing you.
Welcome back.
Oh, thanks.
John, you're
Watch your step.
you guys are under
You know the
siege
routine?
these days.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And rightly so. We're under siege because these guys went way over the line. From my understanding, when they came out, they gave a few pictures to the paparazzi, or the press photographers. And they continued on to follow on.
They meaning Diana and Dodie.
Right. They gave a few shots, and that's the least you can ask, and you're happy to get it. But when you go beyond that, then it's too much.
You ever chased anybody?
Not in a car. I can proudly say at this point I've never chased anybody in a car or a motorcycle or anything like that. If given the same situation as this, I would have tried to know where they were going to go and be there before they got there, but not to chase them or anything like that. Even if I went that far, you know, if they'd have given me my photos when they came out, like what is said that happened, I'd have been tickled pink and just going about my business.
Now, the paparazzi, they had pictures of them coming and getting into the car. What would they hope to gain by getting pictures somewhere else of them getting out of the car?
Well, some of this is a little different than what I do.
Okay.
I want positive pictures. I want positive pictures of great people. What they're really trying to do here, this is trash, okay? They want a trashy shot.
So going to
some kind of, right, any kind of thing like this.
Sign language.
Yeah, that's right.
Scratch.
That's right.
Is there that much money out there?
It hadn't been out there for me.
Yeah,
I guess I'm living in the wrong town.
This is some of the stuff you've done. No,
Oh,
but
okay.
you're over in D.C. You've done a lot of... Look, your Desmond Tutu stuff has gotten worldwide press.
Thanks.
You said to me, I mean, very few people come up and say, hey, I got something you should talk to me about. You said that there's a Natalie Cole story that brings it all in perspective.
Well,
run this by.
Okay. I'll tell you what happened. I got into this dinner. Of course, I didn't belong in the dinner. But that's the nature of, you know...
What you guys do?
Yeah, right. That's what we do. I'm looking all around, going through the tables, and all of a sudden, I see who I'm looking for. I have been looking for all night. And Natalie Cole's getting up from the table, and I looked up and I said, Natalie, I've been looking for you all night. And she said, you've been looking for me? I said, you're Natalie Cole, aren't you? And she said she was, and I started taking pictures. I took about 15. I'll admit, I followed her across the room. Just when we got to the other side of the room, she said to me, just as nice as she could be, she said to me, that's enough pictures. I put the camera down. Okay? I stopped taking pictures. Okay. About 2 minutes later, she turns to me, she says, can you send me some of those pictures? Sure. So I send her the pictures, and a couple weeks later, I get a letter back from her thanking me for the pictures. It was not till later I realized why she sent me the letter.
Why's that?
Just a way to thank me for stopping. That's really why she even asked for the
putting the camera down.
Right, that's what she was really doing. And I thought that was, and that's the way it's supposed to be done. It's not always done that way, but that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Okay, you really, how do you see this shaking down?
Shaking down pretty bad.
Yeah?
I don't care if the guy was drunk. It's still, as far as I'm concerned, it's the photographer's fault.
There are some reports out now that the driver actually at one point rolled down the window and yelled to the paparazzi on the motorcycles, catch me if you can.
I still blame the photographers.
Okay.
Mainly for the aftermath. Mainly for the aftermath of taking those pictures of her in the car. That's way beyond the pale.
No question. All right, now let me ask you this. Do you actually think that this is going to change anything? 2 months from now, 60 days from now?
Well, I tell you what, as far as people camping out at other people's houses, maybe that needs to be changed. That's not something I normally do. And
is it going to change? It needs to be. Is it going to?
I think it will. Actually, I think it'll be prohibited from going to. The normal press things won't be changed, but when it comes to going to somebody's house and invading their privacy to that point, I think that might be cracked down on, and rightly so.
Well, it's only going to be cracked down on if people stop buying this stuff. This is a very free country.
Yeah.
What, do you see your income taking a hit because of this?
Well, I don't camp out at people's houses too much, and I don't chase them in cars, so this isn't really going to affect me.
Have we shown you die pictures yet?
Yeah, this is pretty neat. You want to see these? Where'd you do these from?
That was when she did her landmines.
This is recent.
Yeah.
It's on DC here?
Yeah, she was there at the Red Cross with Mrs. Dole.
You know, it's really interesting because you did send her all those Nobel Prize winners that you've done, 223, Gorbachev, and Mandela, and you did get a nice letter back here.
Well, thanks.
It's pretty interesting.
That was a nice touch. I mean, she must have really been a beautiful lady to send that off.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Hey, listen, we got to run. I want to thank you for coming in. You've been staking out the homicide set?
No, no. That's local stuff. I'm sorry.
You've been staking out where they've been doing Species, the movie?
No. Okay. I haven't. Mostly I'm doing Washington. New York, I went up and shot Lena Horne for her birthday.
All right.
That was nice.
How's she look?
She looks great.
There you go. She's amazing. She is amazing.
Hey, listen, thanks for coming in. We just want to get your perspective on it because you're the real deal.
All right, well, thanks.
All right, John.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
For the next couple of weeks, you might